So guys, I think it's cool that we're out here. We just had the ribbon cutting. It's finally like official now. The auto show's going. It's rolling. All that stuff.
Yes.
We got a lot of people out here between. We got Colin. We got Zach. We got Noah. You guys are students here at Northwood University. And it's just cool to be here and celebrate with you guys.
Yes.
So let's do this. Let's have everybody share their favorite part of what the show is this weekend. I know it hasn't happened yet, but what are you guys looking forward to most? Let's start with Colin.
Gotcha.
Sounds good. I was going to ask, can I go first?
Yeah, exactly.
So the one thing that I really enjoy the most is, and I don't think I've said this at all this whole weekend or to anybody. You guys are the first. But I really enjoy the personal stamp that I get to put onto the show.
Yeah.
Just me, myself.
Leaving your mark.
Exactly. There's so much ability to be creative,
right?
And I get to sit back and say, and I'm never going to shout it out loud, and I won't tell you any specifics that I've done, but I'm going to sit back and just know in myself, I'm like, wow, I really made that happen.
That's the best.
It is the best.
Colin doesn't even know this, but I was just talking with Dr. Bennett and then also President McDonald, and I was bragging about Colin in those conversations because I'm serious though, because you did such an excellent job helping coordinate this, put stuff together. And I know it seems simple to put a table in the middle of the campus,
right,
and to help me get here, but that was a big deal. And I think it's just empowerment for students. So you guys literally put on the entire show. Students, everything, logistics, operations, food, just making sure everybody's in the right place at the right time. So I think that's just so cool to see. So Noah, what's your favorite thing?
I'd say it just happened. I love team building aspects. I love doing everything with the team. I'm a really personable type of person. And the ribbon cutting ceremony. Yeah. Everybody on my team sitting front row, looking down the row, seeing all of my team representing, putting that together, just all sharing the same moment. It was surreal for me, and I have not had anything like that before. Yeah. And I just loved that feeling that I put this team together. We all have the same drive, same ambition to represent this auto show, and it's just all put together.
Yeah,
right in that
so
moment.
Touch on that for a second. What team do you represent? What do you guys do? What do you coordinate out here?
So I'm captain of Team Audi. We were in charge of getting 6 cars on campus, setting up the booth, getting our product knowledge down pat, and then just presenting ourselves in the best way possible to all the people that are going through the auto show.
Easier said than done, right?
Exactly.
You make it sound so simple.
I love to see that people think it's simple, but it's so awesome to see it come together. It's just the best thing ever.
Yeah. So Zach, what about you? What do you do out here? What's your role in this? What's your favorite part?
Absolutely. I am the team captain for Toyota this year. Okay. We work closely with the OEM themselves along with the dealerships. So with that, they were able to give me 15 cars, which, looking around here, there's not many booths that have that many cars. A lot of them are carrying single digits, so they come in and
we're also in the exotics right now.
Right, that's true. That is true. If someone has 15 Ferraris laying around, that would be a good issue to have. Yeah. But we have 15 cars split between 3 stores, so we had to go all work with them, pick all those up, bring them all back. So I would say for me, there's 2 things that I really look forward to every year, and the one kind of sounds cynical, but it's the stress. Everyone is so stressed out, and everything always runs perfect. Yeah. And everyone just acts really stressed out for a while. And then there's that 10% of the time where people are really worried. But I think everything is so, it's a bunch of students. So we have so much responsibility with class and everything else going on that we have this, and this is the main priority. So I think the stress in the beginning of moving everything on, getting everyone to coordinate, all the communication, everyone's rapid dial phone calling everyone. Yeah. So that whole idea is one of the things I love about this show.
Yeah. But it's so funny too because we just sat for the ribbon cutting, and I kid you not, I was looking around and it's these students that are putting on the event, and all I could think about is, how are these kids not stressed out right now? And I say kids hyperbolic, right? But it's this is the biggest event that the school is doing, especially auto show wise, school wise. How are these kids not stressed out?
Right.
Because if I were in their shoes at 21, 22, I would be freaking out right now. I gotta go do something. I can't be here. Why do you think that no one was stressed out? Let's start with Zach.
Yeah, I think so. There's one of the things that we're really fortunate for is a lot of these people have done this before. But everyone has their first year of auto show. Mine was last year. Everyone has their first year where it's chaos. There's cars coming down this mall walk of parking everything. Everyone's, like I said, calling someone, hey, where are you? I need you. I need to get here. I need this. My car's here. I need to get here. So everyone's stressed out about that, and even like the preemptive stress of like, oh, I know this is coming up.
Yeah.
But no one actually gets that stress once it's already going on.
Sure.
Everyone's just in the moment of making stuff happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like there is some stress involved in it, but I think in the moment everyone's just so dialed in on what they're doing that it's second nature in a way.
Yeah, sure. So Colin, tell us what you organized today. Tell us like what your effort looked like the last couple days, last couple weeks.
Absolutely.
Let's start with your title.
Yeah, so I'm the public relations chair for the show.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting position, if I do say. I get to talk to all the people to make the behind the scene magic happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is pretty darn great. I earlier this, honestly, it's not even just the past few days, the past few weeks. It starts 12 months out, which is fantastic to see the little snowball effect of all these little conversations that I've had take place, like the one between you and myself, getting us right here to
multiple
have this
conversations
talk.
to get right here.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's so many people that want to support the show. Yeah. There's so many new relationships that we brought into the show that we want to make an annual thing. There's so much effort to aid in the future of automotive workforce talent, and I love seeing that camaraderie come together. There's so much chemistry in the rooms where we get those conversations rolling. So I lead efforts of sending out feelers. I go to people, I talk in person, I let them know that this is what we're trying to do. We'd love to see your hand in what we play, because in all honesty, this, while this is our show and our students put on this show, there are so many people that donate and provide amazing opportunities for students to be as passionate as they are about this show.
Most definitely.
So, it's really cool being myself, because I get to initiate a lot of the conversations for people to learn. Learn about what we do here, and to, overall create a better experience come showtime.
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah. So, so we're out here. Today's Friday. Everybody's going to be out here Saturday and Sunday. It's a pretty big draw for the community.
Yes.
And I mean, it's no joke, even for dealers, for industry partners. I mean, for heaven's sakes, Brian Benstock is literally right over there, and he's from New York State.
How awesome is that?
The largest Honda dealer in the world sends their GM and VP here. Isn't that nuts?
So great.
Wow.
It's so great to see.
Talk about support.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But you see that with dealers, you see with industry partners. For heaven's sakes, we just had a Cox Automotive representative that was up here that gave a scholarship even. That is a part of that. There are panels throughout the day. So yesterday, there was a panel you guys, there were several panels that went on yesterday. Noah, I was talking about this with you.
Yes.
What was your favorite panel yesterday?
So it was the former CEO of Subaru. We got into the fireside chat. We were going through his 12 best habits, and it was just great to hear. Like, some of the things I've heard, I would have never thought of. And we were talking about this earlier, Jordan. It's the customers that really matter. Just like ASOTU, love people more than cars. Love the customers more than your product, and the product will take off. That's how Subaru got to where it is today, and I just think it's the best advice that I've heard in a very long time, because a lot of manufacturers, they get caught up in doing what's the best for them, but they don't see who's actually the ones that's representing their product, buying their product. And I think once you take a look at that, you'll really have success, and that's what Subaru did.
God bless.
Yeah, for real. So Zach, what are you most excited about over the next, not even a few days, but I mean, so you're a junior right now.
Senior.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're a senior.
I am now. Yeah.
So when I first met you, you were a junior back in May. Even though it's the same year, it's a different school year. Yeah.
Right.
So you're a senior now. What are you excited about when you're done here at Northwood?
To be honest, I'm gonna be sad to leave, because there are so many. There's things like this that you really don't want to miss out on. But I'm just excited to be out in the world and apply everything I'm learning here. I think we do so much with our classes being fully based around fixed ops, around variable ops, dealer financial statements, like that kind of thing, that we get to see it all, and then Northwood tees you up really well to then go out and do it. So I think that's what I'm really excited about, is to go actually apply everything. Not that I'm not doing it now, but to go out and apply it and be able to be making a difference in the industry.
Yeah. So one of the things we talked about doing is, oh man, we really need to do this. So we want to get students on so they can pitch themselves to the industry once they're done and gonna graduate.
That is a great idea.
What I'd love to do is have you guys on for that sometime in the near future, because there's so much that industry partners are looking for, that dealers are looking for. Let's start with this. So Colin, what are you studying?
I'm studying marketing communications.
Okay. which is great for your role for the show too.
Fits you well. Fits you well.
Yeah. Noah, what are you studying?
So I am studying automotive marketing and management.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Zach?
I'm also studying automotive marketing and management.
Yeah. And then what do you guys hope to do once you're done at Northwood?
Post-college, I'm an opportunist, so I'm keeping my deck open.
Yeah,
and
sure.
as opportunities are arriving, I'm analyzing.
Yeah,
but my heart is calling me to the PR world, and in a conversation just like this, I was sitting across from Jim Fitzpatrick about a month ago.
Sure. Yeah,
and
you were on CBT. I saw that.
Exactly. Yeah, and the reason why I bring it up is because I've never said this better than when I was talking with him, and I said I want to use my mind and my heart to speak with my voice to get a message across. And I really truly want to tell stories and get people to understand something from a business perspective or from a consumer perspective, and talk internally and get people to understand the idea and believe in an idea. And not even just that, it could be a product, it could be a system, but beyond that, I want to be a communicator first and foremost, and a relationship builder. So wherever that fits, I think the PR field is my calling, but I got a marketing mind, so we'll see where that goes.
That's true. Well, even as a whole, so you guys just have a very level mindset that I didn't have at 21 and 22 or 20. And Northwood just does a really good job at preparing students to go out and actually do things. Did you guys know that you were going to attend Northwood before you came here? Like, how long was it?
Yes.
For example, Alex Mazon, who was just on stage for the ribbon cutting, I mean, he talked about basically knowing he was going to come here for what, 5-6 years?
Exactly.
Yeah. So was it the same way for you guys? I know. Let's start with you.
Yeah, I think I'll touch on that. So I vividly remember this. It was sophomore year in high school. I had a marketing class, and my professor said, "Well, we're having somebody from Northwood coming," and I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. Get to see what a college is all about."
Yeah.
That was my first ever interaction with a college person, and they started talking about this automotive marketing and management, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love cars. This is for me. I scheduled the campus visit that day, got to come up. First time on campus was the auto show, just like a lot of the students we have up here today.
Sure.
Fell in love with it. I absolutely loved it. Never toured any other college. I knew I wanted to go here from the second I stepped on the campus.
No way.
And as of last year, I transferred in. I just am living the dream right now, and I could not be more proud of that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Zach, was it the same way for you?
Relatively similar. I had been following Northwood stuff for a while, especially the auto show. I'd seen their stuff on Instagram, all the social media side of things that we get to use now. And I had gone to a different college for 2 years and realized that this is where I wanted to be. So I made that kind of career jump almost before even getting into a career of switching schools to end up being here. And I think that was the best decision I've ever made. Because once I got here, I realized everything I was missing out on. I mean, to be sitting in the middle of campus and have this going on around me is incredible.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and this is just one of many that we put on here.
How cool. How would you describe, Colin, what Northwood is? Like, I mean, I feel like they're known really well throughout the nation now. But a couple years ago, I didn't know who Northwood University was.
Right.
How would you describe that to people?
It's a great question, and it's cool that word's getting around because I think we just made the top 500 Forbes list for universities.
No way.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I just heard that not so long ago. So we got
that's cool.
505,000. Quote me on that, somebody. Okay. Anyways, yeah,
it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Yeah, there's so much noise out there about Northwood, and I think it comes back to a lot of the things our president preaches, and I'm so incredibly grateful, and I'm sure the both of you are as well, when I say that I am so happy to be a student when Kent McDonald is president.
Oh, absolutely.
He is
one of
the
a kind.
man. But he speaks on values, and this is what attracted me to the school is personal responsibility, free enterprise. There is something about...
What a better example, too, of personal responsibility, right?
Exactly. No, and darn right, and the sun just came out and it's shining.
Oh, yeah,
as soon as we're talking about this is very incredible.
Very liberating, right?
Exactly, yeah. These ideas are so impactful, and they help change the nature of your character. And that's something that I found here at this university. I found discipline. I found that personal accountability. I've been able to, you gain confidence when you get into situations that are uncomfortable, right? But I've also gained confidence within myself that, I can accomplish what I want if I just put my mind to it, no matter how difficult it looks. That's something that a lot of people fumble with nowadays is that lack of confidence, especially with social media and whatnot. So it's really nice to have a place, a campus, a body, a people really that all believe in the same idea, that kind of, elevate each other and put each other on pedestals. And that's what's I think so important about Northwood, is that, it's an idea that people believe in and preach and practice every single day.
Yeah.
There's application, there's applied knowledge, and it's actionable.
Yeah. How cool. Well, you guys had an opportunity to spend time with the ASOTU crew.
Correct.
At ASOTUCon back in May. And I think you guys were somewhat trained on this before, but it seemed like you guys were master networkers. And even as a whole
we
too,
appreciate that.
even as a whole too, like
you.
even just talking to Colin, since I've met you the last few weeks, it just seems like you guys are so well spoken, and you know how to connect with people the right way. Like, where did that come from? Because you all three of you are so good at that.
So earlier today, we had a panel discussion for students to talk to future or prospective students, I should say.
Oh, sure.
And one of the questions that got asked was, "What is a Northwood? Like, who is a Northwood student?
Sure.
Like, what does that entail?" And like, I didn't have a lot to say, because I was like trying to really think back of like, what does that mean?
Sure.
But then, like you said, you see people, not to say like us, like because we're the best students on campus, but like you meet all the people on our campus.
But you are, since you're right here, right?
Oh,
I can wear that. I can definitely
we are
wear
in the
that.
right spot right now.
Yeah, but to me, I don't think there's many words that can really encompass who we are, because they're just such a unique group of people. Because I'm 21, you're 22.
Yeah.
And we're able to speak with all these people, other industry professionals that are like fully supportive of what we do, and they are coming to us to try and learn something, which is huge. I mean, we're not in those scenarios often outside of campus.
That's true.
Right. So I think it's fascinating.
Yeah. Where did you learn to network?
Myself?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless. I don't know. There's so many people that have been along my journey. Okay. And, I have to give a big shout to my dad. My dad is a wonderful communicator. Sure. I've learned that, no matter who he's talking to, he can look you in the eyes and make you feel like you're the only person in the room. He's just awesome. Authentic. And, of course, when somebody 24/7, you see the other side when they're telling you like, hey, you gotta go do the dishes, you gotta go do this, and you're like, hey,
clean
you're
the
the worst.
Yeah.
But then you come back and as you go away to college, you learn how much you miss those people that are closest to you, that instilled those kind of skills into you. And my dad, I just miss when we go to like baseball or football games that I used to play in, and just seeing him talk to the other parents and whatnot. Like he was so natural. And he does that for a living. And I think I got almost all of my skills from him. So I got to give credit to my father.
Give it to Pops, awesome. Right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, man. So I guess in closing, what are you guys most excited about for this weekend? If there's one thing you had to pick, besides going on a golf cart with Ben Stock next. Like,
I would say, to touch on your point, Jordan, it's the connections that I'm going to make. I love meeting new people. Like you said, we love to network, and that's one of the things I'm looking most forward to. I think just seeing somebody that I've never met before, presenting myself, showing them how awesome our booth is and how awesome our Northwood Auto Show is. I think that's going to be one of my favorite things this weekend.
Yeah, how cool. Zach, what about you?
I would honestly say the same thing. I don't think there's one specific thing I can point out other than just being in the moment here and have everything going on around us. I think it's all fantastic. It only happens once a year, so you got to enjoy it while it's here.
Yeah, how true. Colin, you get last words.
I emulate my friends here. On top of that, though, something really interesting. While you are both automotive-minded fellows, I am a marketing comms guy that got thrust into the auto world. So I'm here acting as a sponge, and I'm just soaking up everything. All the conversations I have, anything anybody has to say to me is getting internalized, compartmentalized, and saved for later. So I'm just soaking up everything. I'm so happy to have conversations like this, and just continually being enlightened.
Yeah, man. So guys, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for having me out here, and thanks for just being you guys. That's cool.